1, 2, 3, fuck.
Today is a 2-year update. So I'm pretty much going to be taking you through some of the product, or the only product that I'm still using on my hair at the moment. How much the hair transplant costed in Turkey, some of the good bits, and some of the not so good. Fucking hell, it's so hot.
Is it?
Yeah. And welcome back to the channel on that note. If you're new to the channel, do the usual, like, make sure that you subscribe, notification bell, that old jazz. Today it's been, I think it's like officially today, it's been 2 years since I had my hair transplant in Turkey, so I thought it'd be good to give you an update. Where I'm at, and just give you a little update to the Ken Barlow. Now, in regards to my hair length, this is the longest it has actually been for some time now. I'm not gonna lie mate, it's kind of getting a bit annoying. But to be honest, overall, kind of looks okay, doesn't it? Now the reason I actually got it done was because, being honest, it's just something that I want to do personally. I hadn't had any comment from people, from family, from friends, online when I was doing content. It was just something that I was more self-aware of and that I wanted to have done. I wanted to be able to go into the barbers or go into the hairdressers, pick a hairstyle that I wanted to do, I wanted to get. And also overall, I just wanted to get ready in the morning and feel more confident in myself. It doesn't mean that I give a shit what other people thought, because I don't give a shit, but I do give a shit what other people think. It was just kind of thing that was more for myself than for anyone else, and because I wanted to be able to rock some VO5 rather than the cat 24/7. So I actually got mine done in Turkey and flew across to Turkey, had a mini holiday or a mini holiday, and then got the transplant done in Istanbul. Now I got mine done with a company called GMH, which stands for Get More Hair. Pretty sick name, and that was linked with Cosmetica, which is the clinic that delivers the procedure itself, and I couldn't have been happier with the treatment, the aftercare, the stay, the whole package of everything that was included. Now the packages that run are a little bit different from when I went, and they're actually a little bit better. The technology, the development, the way that they do the transplant is a lot less evasive and is a lot more subtle. So there's 2 packages I think that are on offer at the moment. I will leave an image on here of those 2 packages. There's one which is called 2-day option. There's a 2-day option with a Dr. Carl passage, and these include different things, but essentially when I went, I paid around £2,600. I got 2-night stay, pick up from the airport, drop off the airport, breakfast, and the breakfast is banging, by the way. Aftercare, hair wash, pills, pillows, headbands. Just a quick one, if you do go, make sure for the life of you, you make sure that you get needle-free anesthetic. It's 70% less painful. Obviously travel isn't open at the moment, but when it does, check it out. I'll leave a link in the description to the place that I went. It's trusted. I got a good result there. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed the experience. Wasn't a paid promotion. Paid for it for the bank of me, and was well worth it. It's one of the other reasons why I decided to get it done, and it's kind of one of those signals and signs, thank you, that I wanted to get it done was because of wind. So when I was in the wind, usually like I'd mop my hair over, try and cover certain bald spots up, and then as soon as it got out of the wind, it just blow everywhere. So if anyone wants to ask me, would I get it done again? Abso-fucking-lutely. So now I'm just going to take you through some of the process of when I had my hair transplant done, the actual procedure, getting the surgery done, what it looks like, the build to it, after part. So if you are a little bit squeamish or you're a little bit weak through the human urinal passage, probably don't watch. God. I know what you're thinking, Ben, do you actually spend any time anywhere apart from sitting at that desk or at the corner of the kitchen? And the honest answer is no, I fucking don't. I spend it in 4 places: the bed, the shitter, this desk, and food. I'm now going to take you through the step-by-step journey of the hair transplant, from arriving at the airport to the procedure, getting it done, to the aftermath, 1 week after, 2 weeks after, 4 weeks after, 6 months after. I'll give you a mini summary of everything. So I'm going to leave you with this guy with the voice of an angel, because I'm going to get a haircut. See you in a bit. So now that that absolute melt has gone to get his haircut, I'm going to talk you through the procedure. And I haven't edited any of these. I just want to keep it as real as possible. Something like first person shooter. First person shooter? What am I on about? Like it's fucking Call of Duty or something. But this is the part where I got picked up at the Turkish airport. The pickup people were great. The driver was great. Handle your luggage. And the ride you get picked up in, like, is there something off like Pimp My Ride? It was fucking great. The hotel that you get booked into is the Radisson, which was sick, by the way. And the good thing is that there's loads of people there getting their hair done, so you don't just feel like a bit of a misfit. There's basically loads of guys walking around like they just come from a war camp, bandaged up, hair missing, all sorts. So you'll feel comfortable and have some relatability there. But the best thing, the hotel breakfast. Go all out on that because you have 2 days to just kind of fill your boots with sausage, eggs, toast, and you won't be eating too much after anyway, so make your most. This was pretty much like day one, and this was where I was meeting the driver and some of the other guys, and we were heading to the hospital to go and get the procedure done. So when you get to the hospital, there's this like cool little robot there, which I just decided to take some videos with or photos with, like an absolute melt. But you can actually ask it some questions if it's still there about the procedure, and it'll tell you a lot of things about the hospital, which is Cosmedica as well. So get more hair of the people you book through. Cosmedica is the actual hospital in Turkey that you get it done at. So the first part that you will go through is getting your bloods done. The reason why you do this, I think it's just how you react to some of the sedatives, is it? That they give you to kind of almost like make you drowsy for the hair transplant itself, and some of the anesthesia that you're going to get beforehand. So if you're squeamish watching needles, then watch away from this bit now, but it will just be part of the process of getting it done. You're going to be pretty much prodded about for the next 6 or 7 hours. So if you can't take getting a needle in your arm, you need to reconsider what you're going over to do. But that's the first bit of it, and then once you've been through that, then you'll just be pretty much sitting in the lounge a little bit with some of the guys again and waiting for some of those results back. Once you've got that done, you will head in to see one of the nurses or one of the guys, depending on who you see. They'll assess like where your hair is, and what they're looking at this part is your donor area. So your donor area is going to be the part at the back of your head, where they're going to extract the hair from to put in the front of your head and make sure that you've got enough hair there to do it from. And some guys did get it done from the chest and the beard as well if there's not enough room, so just count your lucky stars. And this is here, you can see here where they turn you into basically like a fucking Crayola artboard and just draw all over your head. The next part was meeting Dr. Akar, who starts looking over the head, look at where some of the markings are made, and make some of the kind of markings to make sure you've got an even head. Make some of the markings to make sure like where we're going to do the hairline, making sure the kind of where your muscles line up in your forehead, and see how far forward you want it, because they want to give you as a natural hairline as possible. They don't want you to look like some kind of freak whose hair comes down to their eyebrows and you completely get rid of your forehead. So this is the part where they kind of match it up and you can kind of create a natural hairline and start to see where that will kind of look. I mean, even with mine, it wasn't mega far back, but it was starting to go back, and I just wanted to fill in some of those side areas more than anything. And as you can see from this kind of angle here, you can see where my hairline was being brought forward to, and these images are a really good way to do that. So you'll meet these two lovely ladies who are going for like a little mini photo shoot, and this is where you can see for mine, the main part for me and where most guys tend to bald is at the side part of the head. It's actually quite weird seeing this because I haven't seen any of this footage since 2 years ago. I've clipped some of the stuff together, but I haven't been through it, and it's just interesting watching it back. These are kind of like some of the sedatives, is that what the word is? To calm your nerves and stuff right before we go into the procedure. So I look like the Elephant Man here. This is worse they got. So they've pretty much like put all the anesthetic in. I got the numbing anesthetics, which is like 70% less painful, 100% recommend it, and it makes all your forehead pretty swollen. So look like the Elephant Man here, like my head doubled in size. Like it looks like my eyes are where my mouth's supposed to be. I look like, you know, Pinky in the Brain. And at this point they started getting some photos of me and stuff, probably because I'm so handsome. But no, I think they were just taking photos of me because Instagram and that. But this was at the very start bit. They just done some of the donor areas. They extracted some of the hairs from the back of my head, which takes a couple of hours, and then the ball ache is they have to then count them all. You have some dinner and then you come back in for this bit, which is the part where they're putting the hairs back in the head, and this is like the really intricate procedure. It has got a lot more precise since I went, and it was great when I went and got it done, but the procedure's advanced and the technology's advanced even further. The clinic is mega clean. The guys in there are unbelievable. The surgeons are another level. I honestly, watching this back, apart from making me feel a bit sick, I don't understand how they do it. I wouldn't have the patience to do it, and I wouldn't have the skill level to do it. The whole thing was ace. And here, I don't even know if I was asleep or not, because I just remember waking up after a couple of hours drooling. So I was pretty knocked out. And then this was after at the hotel. So Tom, who was on Love Island a few years ago, was there, and I met up with him, had a couple of drinks and stuff, and non-alcoholic obviously, because you're not supposed to drink after the procedure. And then we went in for the wash the next day. So the wash is where they start removing bandages. I'm not going to lie. When you remove any bandage, whether you're a child, an adult, it still fucking hurts exactly the same. And this is like the uncomfortable part. Once the bandage is off, it's fine. So you'll get like a neck pillow the night before, and that's what you sleep on, just to kind of collect some of the blood that will come from the back of the head until it's like all soothed up. They'll replace the bandages for you, make sure all the area is clean, make sure it's not infected. And again, they're very thorough with this kind of part of the process when they clean it up. It's just not a particularly comfortable part. And for me, I didn't get my whole head shaved, so as you can see here, I look like someone that's just been attacked with a lawnmower. You can choose to get the whole head shaved and you'll probably get a more like cleaner look. I was just like, for socials, is it best to keep a bit of hair? Dr. Carr was like, yeah, you can keep it if you want. So I was like, fuck it, I'll keep the hair on top, and we'll just go for the procedure from there. But for this bit, again, there's a dude just basically cleaning my hair, washing it. There's a lot of like dry blood, which he's using like a water and a salt just to clean it out. You do actually get one of these in your package that you're given with the aftercare, and it's just to help keep the area clean and keep it moist, because you need to keep that area nice and moist whilst it heals and it doesn't dry up and block any of the, I suppose, where the hairs have been implanted as well. So again, not a particularly comfortable part of the procedure, but like if you kind of got to sacrifice that if you want to get it done. This bit is probably the worst for you now. It looks like absolutely savage, and again, this is probably the worst I'll ever look on it, just to give you a quick overview of that. The next part was when the following day I went to meet Dr. Carr. After I'd had the wash done, he just mulled over it, made sure that everything was tip top. Again, that made sure everything was in pretty much order of how it should be, and everything was probably healing up, and the procedure had been done how he would expect it to be, to the standards that he'd expect it. So I'm just going to hand you over to Dr. Carr, and you can listen to the conversation that we just had following the procedure.
On the crown, everything looks fine. Okay, central crown part looks.
Yeah, so my dad's still got all his hair here as well.
They have all the hair in your family, yeah?
Everyone does apart from my dad, but my dad still has hair there.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I will not recommend...
Small walks.
Yes, no problem.
Yeah, okay.
Normal walking without fitness is okay. No
That's
problem.
what I mean, yeah, just
Yes,
walk.
like sightseeing, walking around, no problem.
Okay.
We will give you bandage, you will use that.
Yeah.
This will help to reduce the swelling, and we will give you nice cap. Okay.
So 4 weeks for weight training.
Yes, like 3-4 weeks.
Hair product, like hairspray, gels and that kind of thing.
All of them 6 months.
6 months.
For existing hairs, no problem, but for transplanted hairs, anyway, you have to wait for grow, and the growth takes like time for 8 to 12 months to get the maximum volume intensity.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Perfect, yeah, that's no questions.
You're welcome.
So the really good thing about this procedure is that the day after, I just went for a walk around Istanbul. So here you can see some photos again of me and Tom Powell, me and the lovely LD, another guy who'd been there, and you'll probably make some good friends there as well. Like, it's a really good experience, and we went for a walk around Istanbul the day after. It's not like an experience where you're laid up in hospital beds afterwards. Like, you're pretty much up and about doing whatever you want the day after. So we went for a walk around Istanbul. So I've advised, if you can, keep the fucking bucket hat on, which makes you look like an absolute bellend, but enjoy a bit of Turkey and have a look around. Following this then was when I got back, and this was kind of the few days after. As you can see, my head is like literally a space raider. It's really swollen, but the reason you keep this headband on is so that the swelling and the blood doesn't come down to the facings where you kind of see bruising, so keep the headband on. Following this, you'll see the 1 week marker where you can see the head starting to kind of fix up. There's some scarring at the rear, but it is starting to heal up after week 1. Then moving into week 2, starting to get a bit better. You can see it's really starting to heal up the scarring at the back. The front's starting to even out, and this was when I got the first haircut on the back and sides. Week 4 is we're starting to see some evenness across the head. Scarring really healed up at the back, and the top of the hair is starting to even out kind of with the front of the hair now, and it's starting to look a bit more natural. And this is the point where after week 4 I really started to do some training as well. following that, this is my 6-month marker, so I went from a first full-on haircut. Please just remember, when it comes to the 3-month marker, they call it the ugly duckling phase, of where the fronts of the hair will start to fall out. This is completely normal, but up to the 6-month marker, pretty much after that, you're probably not going to see too much growth. This is where the magic happens. So from month 6 to 12, you'll see a little bit of growth, and I was really happy with the results overall. New hairline, fresh, straight, no ball bits at the side, nice and even all over, and I could wear my hair short again. I could wear whatever style I wanted again. The back of it, the scarring had started to heal up, but I was still using the bio oil at this point, just to make sure that the scarring was healing up nicely, and we're kind of getting a good overall look from the procedure that I had. So we just finished up our little sound system over there, just finished editing the vid. Thought I'd end it with, I just went for a cheeky haircut, can you see that? Looking fresh again. Went to see my man, not just in Manchester. Really happy with that. Like, this is the longest my hair's been now, and after I've got it cut, it actually looks pretty decent, if I say so myself. Hairline's looking good, hair's looking full, and my hair's usually quite dry and stuff as well, so it's hard to style. I've had also some questions. So I had a lot of questions, had a couple of questions, not that popular. One of them was, have you taken finasteride since having the transplant? I did not take finasteride. There is a natural alternative to it. The reason I didn't take it is because I was advised by some people that if you're training and stuff, it can alter your testosterone levels. I'm just not about that. I'm out of the gains as well. Is there anything you stopped doing, taking, that you now know you should have been kept doing? No, I kept up with all the tablets, all the medicines, all the stuff that they give me after the shampoo. The thing for me is, if you're going and getting that procedure done and putting yourself through that and paying for it, the easiest bit to do is just take care of it afterwards, which I think for a lot of people who don't do, so just make sure that you do that. Are you pleased you went to Turkey? Would you recommend GMH? 100%, I probably wouldn't have gone with anyone else. One of my mates actually had it done in London, I think, and paid about 10 grand, and mine looked better. So save yourself a bit of money. I know that travel's not open at the moment. Maybe when you're watching this, it may be. Get yourself to Turkey. Speak to a guy called Mike from GMH. Fantastic. Aftercare was spot on. Wouldn't go anywhere else. It's not a paid promotion. Do you get given any medication, anything to stop future receding? There's nothing that can stop future receding. So for example, my hair could end up going all the way back. It's just a risk that you take. Would I go back and get it done again? Absolutely. For like 2 grand, and I need to get the rest of it filled in for the rest of my life, I'll probably get it done. Haven't had any indication that it's going back any further. It was just the main bit at the front for me. But yes, I would go back and get it done. No, there isn't any medication to stop it. The only thing I'm taking now is biotin, and that's from My Protein. So I'll leave the link in the description. Biotin is something that helps with maintenance of skin and hair. It's good for hair growth. It's good for anyone to take, not just if you've had a hair transplant. And biotin is one of the tablets that they give you post-procedure. So I just take it all the time now because it's good for natural hair growth. Again, it's from My Protein. I'll leave the link below. You can get 37% off it as well with my coach Benji. Apart from that, hope you enjoyed the video. If you found this insightful and it's going to help you make your decision, or even if you just found it interesting or sickening, just give it a like and a thumbs up because it really helps me. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please make sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.
Don't finna jump for the shit. All top when I speak, all cap with the speech to the